The night the sky broke open. Delhi, July 2023. The rain wasn't falling, it was attacking. The kind of monsoon night where the sky tears itself apart and throws everything down at once. I was stuck in my 8-year-old Swift on the ring road, wipers screaming in protest, radio playing some forgotten Kishore Kumar song about rainy nights and riversides. Romantic, my foot. That's when I saw her. Standing under a broken streetlight, completely soaked, trying to balance on a cycle while holding a phone that clearly had no network. White curdy clinging to her body like it had given up on life, long hair dripping, mascara running just enough to make her look like a beautiful disaster. I don't know what possessed me. I pulled over, rolled down the window, and shouted over the rain. Need a lift? She looked at me like I was the serial killer every mother warns about. No, thank you. I'll manage. It's 12 kilometers to Nehru Place. You'll catch pneumonia and die. I'm not a serial killer, I promise. I have LinkedIn. A tiny smile. The first crack in the armor. Name? Ariv. I'm Ananya. She got in. The car suddenly smelled like rain-soaked jasmine and something I couldn't name yet. That was the night I met Ananya Sharma. Chapter 2, How We Became We. The next morning, an unknown number pinged me. Hey serial killer, reached home safe. Thanks. Ananya, smiley face. I laughed out loud in the middle of a stand-up meeting. My manager thought I'd lost it. Messages turned into calls. Calls turned into coffee. Coffee turned into late-night drives, long walks in Lothian Garden, shared earphones, stolen fries, inside jokes. We became best friends. The kind where people assumed we were dating and we both laughed it off a little too loudly. She laughed like the world was a joke only she understood. I made the worst puns on earth and she still laughed. Every single time. But we never crossed the line. Flirting? Yes. Heavy flirting. Touching? Only accidental. Confessions? Never. I fell for her slowly, then all at once. I think it happened the day she made filter coffee at her South Delhi flat, burnt her finger on the decoction, and still danced around the kitchen singing, Tum Hi Ho, off key. I never told her. Because losing her as a friend felt worse than never having her as a lover. Chapter 3, The Rooftop, the Tequila, and the Almost Kiss. October 14, 2023. Ria's birthday party. Rooftop bar in Carolbog. Fairy lights, EDM remixes of old Bollywood songs, and unlimited alcohol. Ananya walked in wearing a navy blue sari. I forgot how to breathe for 3 full seconds. How do I look? Like if I answer honestly, you'll slap me. She laughed and dragged me to the dance floor. I was driving, so I stuck to 2 whiskeys. Ananya? She went full rocket mode, tequila shots, vodka cranberries, something blue that glowed under UV light. By 1 a.m., half the party was horizontal. Ananya was glued to my side, her pallor slipping every 5 minutes, eyes red but shining. She tugged my sleeve. Let's get out of here. Too loud. We found a quiet corner of the rooftop. Just wind, city lights, cold air, and the faint thump of music from inside. She rested her head on my shoulder. Ariv. You're really something, you know that? You're drunk. I know. But I mean it. Silence. The kind that feels heavy with everything unsaid. Then she lifted her head. Looked at me. Really looked. And leaned in. Her lips were an inch from mine. I could smell tequila and her lipstick. My heart was trying to punch its way out of my ribcage. I cupped her face gently and stopped her. Ananya, no. She blinked, confused. Hurt flashing across her face. Why? I swallowed hard. Because you're drunk. And I want the first time you kiss me, to be when you're completely, terrifyingly sober. I don't want you to wake up tomorrow and regret it. I wouldn't survive that. Her eyes filled instantly. But I brushed a thumb across her cheek. If you were sober right now, I'd have made the first move myself. She stared at me for a long second. Then buried her face in my chest and cried. Hard. Drunk tears, emotional tears, all of it. I held her until she passed out in my arms. I carried her to the car, drove her home, carried her up 3 flights because the lift was broken, tucked her into bed, kissed her forehead like an idiot, and left. Chapter 4, The Morning After. 11:17 a.m. the next day. My phone buzzed. Ananya. What the hell did I do last night? Ananya. Please tell me I didn't embarrass myself in front of you. Me. You didn't embarrass yourself. You just loved me very loudly. She called immediately. Voice small and shaky. Did I try to kiss you? Yes. And you stopped me? Yes. Why? Because I'm in love with you, Ananya. And I want our first kiss to be a choice, not a blackout story. Silence. Then a long time. Then. I need to see you. Now. Chapter 5, The Coffee Shop Confession. Same old cafe coffee day in GK2 where we'd spent 100 evenings. She was already there. No makeup. Eyes puffy. Beautiful in the most heartbreaking way. She didn't wait for me to sit. Everything I felt last night, the alcohol didn't create it. It just removed the filter. I've been in love with you for months, Ariv. I was just terrified that if I said it and you didn't feel the same, I'd lose my best friend. I reached across the table and took both her hands. I've been in love with you since the day you danced around your kitchen with a burnt finger and filter coffee. I was just as scared. She started crying and laughing at the same time. The entire cafe was staring. We didn't care. I stood up, walked around the table, pulled her up, and kissed her. Slow. Soft. Intentional. When we pulled apart, her eyes were still closed. I whispered against her lips. That one was mine. Now it's your turn. She smiled through tears, grabbed my collar, and kissed me back. This time, it was her move. Chapter 6, Everything After. We never went back to being just friends. 2 years later, we're still together. Still laughing at my terrible jokes. Still finishing each other's sentences. Still stealing fries. Sometimes, when we're tangled in bed on lazy Sunday mornings, she'll tease me. Remember when I threw myself at you and you rejected me like a gentleman? And I'll kiss her nose and say, I didn't reject you. I respected you. There's a difference. She'll grin and say, best rejection ever. And every single time we kiss, whether it's a quick peck before work or something that lasts hours, I still whisper the same line against her lips. If you hadn't been drunk that night, I'd have made the first move. She always answers the same way. Good thing I got drunk then. Because now you make the first move every single day. The end. If you want an even longer version, with family drama, exes, long separation, grand gesture reunion, wedding planning, whatever, just say the word and I'll turn this into a 30 to 40k word full novel for you. Red Heart.